I am convinced our contrasts look absolutely beautiful, and now it's time to do the same things with the colors. I really like the colors how they are on the image right now, but I think we can do so much more. Of course, you can see the bottom part of the image is slightly darker, and we could easily brighten this up, but by the fact we are going to sort of crop this image, there is no need to do this. So now let's be focused on the colors, and I want to just do something different. First of all, we need to have a talk on the colors. So question number one that many people are asking, what is the best technique to color grade your images? There is no right answer again, because all the tools that you have in Photoshop are in fact good and are for something. So whether you will use gradient map, whether you will use color balance, curves, or any other, you can achieve the same or similar results. So it doesn't matter which tool you use, but they have slightly different purposes. So for example, if I would like to use gradient map, maybe I would like this image to be slightly warmer. So for the shadows, I would add some dark brown color, something even darker. And for the highlights, I would add maybe some brighter creamy color in this case. And I would just like to see where it would lead me with the blending mode, for example, soft light. And it does get you somewhere. As you can see, when we set this at opacity 18%, it gives you really nice, like sort of model Instagram look, and it's all right. With gradient map, what I recommend you to stick with rather similar colors, because it might give you a really unpleasant outcome. So yes, there's many different methods that you just need to experiment. The curves will be good, the selective color to manipulate with some colors, also solid colors sometimes. And in fact, I want to do the thing for this image. I want to create sort of base for this image, which will be grayish brown color over here. And I'm going to drag down the opacity maybe only to 10%, looking, it possibly will get darker. It is darker. So I'm gonna bring back the highlights, and this was the case. I want this sort of mysterious look over here, and I think it does the job that I want. So then another part will be, I want to work, this will color one. Of course, if you feel it's too much, you can go lower. It doesn't have to be 10%, it might be 8%, and it still will be slightly darker. This is sort of like atmosphere creation, so it's all up to you. And then I will start working with the color balance. And for color balance, I'm actually going to create the separate mask. So the first will be for highlights and the other will be for shadows. You can of course do this in one go on the one layer, because color balance can have as you can see different tones for shadows, midtones, and highlights, and it works pretty good. If you need more differentiation, if you need more selection, you might create the masks, which I'm going to do right now using apply image. But as I said, if you're rushing with time, and I'm always rushing with time, I'm not really with color grading, I'm not and when I do use color balance, sometimes I do not work with masks, but I'm just trying to do my job fast. So first let's start with shadows, and what I want for the shadows, a little bit of the warm tone, right? It's really beautiful now, and let's see if we can add a little bit of blue. Not too much, just this slightly touch of blue, and I think it creates absolutely so beautiful effect. And then for highlights, a little bit of cyan. Let's try, and let's see if the yellow color will do the job here. I think it gave us absolutely amazing result, as you can see, including with the color, which I'm deciding to lower to 5. Let's put this into the group. I'm going to call this tones. And what do you think? Do you think we need something more here? I'm trying to see, I'm trying to understand, and I'm thinking maybe something different for the highlights. if we go with yellows, I think the blue, not really right. So it's easy to go, check the direction quite far, and you will see what will suit. So that's how I decided upon these colors. I think for the shadows, it's really also a beautiful color, maybe too strong if we want to go with something more natural, just a little bit, that will be good option. So one more thing would be color black. I could actually try to fix the color because it got this red color, which should, and on this image I don't think this is necessary to fix it, but you can easily do this using any type of adjustment layer. It could be hue saturation, it could be another to work with this. What you need to know about the working with color balance, switch blending modes to color also, to not affect the things like contrasts. And as you can see, this got much brighter right now. And I'm just thinking maybe even less here, something like that. And let me see, in hue saturation, you can actually choose color range, and it will be very easy to define the black color here by sampled colors. Let's have a look. Just want to hit some of the black color, make the range smaller. Then I'm going to press Alt or Option on this layer, and what I will do, I will paint with color black everywhere that is not the part of her wardrobe. So just above here, and this area here, and we will have this sorted. Maybe we could add just a little bit of blur. We'll see if 30 is okay or should be less. I think on this we'll smooth this out nicely. And we could just take down some of the saturation, and if you play with, I'm trying to show you, if you play with the hue, it will also change the hue a little. So such a small step, very easy for correction. I do believe it should have some of the red tone over here, because it sort of gives this effect of the warm light. So for sure I would keep this that way. So before tones and after, I think we add really nice and warm tones to this image. So it's time for some more final adjustments.